a very relevant question in the current times because there is a lot of conversation which keeps happening on the digital fintech where they want to go only the digital side. And at least in my part of the business, we run a very hybrid model and we are straddling between the two. So I think from the softer skills point of view, I think being empathetic, not only looking at transaction but at relationship, being patient with client, be more proactive, are certain skills which have been there as the core part of the whole relationship banking perspective. And this has been not right now, but it's been there for years and years. Correct. The If you would have heard stories about how the LIC agents used to operate and how they used to work very closely with the clients, I think everyone has heard those stories, and I think those characteristics has just become nuanced in the current world. Those exist and will keep existing because it's a very aesthetic part of the human relationship when we do engagement with clients. My sense is that will keep evolving. I think the tools is one of the areas which is becoming a more and more important. I think the whole CRM, customer relationship management tool, which RM requires, has to be more insightful, more dynamic, more real time, which allows him to have more meaningful and relevant conversation with the client, which is one of the most important tasks. For example, I know a lot about you, Hoshi, as a client an organization, but am I able to give the same amount of information to my banker who can use real time when he's doing a communication or conversation with you about your references, your risk appetite, your goals, how your family structure looks like, etc. And so all those nuances, and I think that makes the conversation more relevant. Once it becomes more relevant, the trust builds between the banker and the client, and obviously then he start taking the advice also. That is, so this is where the it's very important, and it's evolving very fast. I think another thing which according to me needs to be what do you say become an essential part of a banker is also understanding technology himself. I meet with a lot of RMs where I want to go digitally, they want to me to come back to offline because they don't know how to use their own app. They don't know how to, so they want me to sign a check again. They want to do a demand draft, whole documentation paper. So in Edelweiss, we do a lot of work now around the same is we're training our RMs or the bankers on our digital tools so that when he goes sit in front of client, he don't need to do paperwork, but he uses those tools which are available in-house and make the whole experience very seamless for the client. So I think there is a serious disconnect where the organization is building significantly superior tools centrally, but the adoption on the ground still is very different. And I think that is where clients also struggle at some point of time. And I think that difference or disconnect needs to be reduced significantly. And I think that is an important, essential part of learning in the current times. This might not be important 5 years earlier, but now it becomes very, very relevant and important.